Hello guys, this is Mohyuddin. In this video, we will talk about how to deploy a highly available WordPress website on AWS. By highly available, we mean that our WordPress website would be running on multiple Amazon EC2 instances deployed in different availability zones within the same region. To achieve this, we would be using Amazon EC2, Amazon EFS, and Amazon RDS service. So let's get started. Right now, I am into Amazon EC2 console, guys. Let's launch our first WordPress server. Let's name it as WP Server 1. And guys, I have already put a tutorial on YouTube on how to install WordPress on Amazon EC2. So in this tutorial, I'm going to follow the exact same steps. And for your reference, I would put a link to that tutorial in this video description as well. So now guys, we have successfully named our server. Let's select the AMI. We would select Debian. And in the instance type, let's select T2 medium. You can select the instance type based on your website traffic requirements. In the key pair login, let's create a new one. Let's name it as WP key pair. We would select .ppk, create key pair. Let's save it. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to network settings. The VPC, we are going to use the default VPC here. In the subnet, let's select this one, 1A. Basically, this is the availability zones in which we will launch our first EC2 instance. Let's create a new security group. Let's name it as WordPress Servers Security. And in the description, let's say this allows traffic to WordPress servers. And for now guys, I'm going to allow all type of traffic into this instance. In here, you can select the EBS volume storage as per your requirements. I'm going to select 20 for now. Click on advanced. Let's encrypt the volume. Okay, perfect. Now let's launch our EC2 instance. Okay, perfect guys. Now our EC2 instance is being launched. Let's wait for a few seconds. Okay guys, our server is in running state now. Now let's SSH into it using putty. And for that, let me first copy the IP address of this instance. Let's paste it here. SSH, authentication, credentials, browse. Let's select the key pair we created when launching that instance. So which was WP key pair. Let's open. Okay, accept. Login as admin. Okay, perfect guys. So now let's first update our instance. So for that, we would run the command sudo apt update. So this will basically update all the packages on the server. Okay, perfect. Now let's run sudo apt upgrade -y. Oh, sorry, I mistyped. Yes. Okay guys, all the packages have been successfully updated on the server. Now let's follow this tutorial to install the WordPress. So first let's install Nginx. Okay, it has been installed. Now let's start the Nginx service. Then let's enable this service. Okay, perfect guys. Now let's configure default virtual host. Okay, let's delete all the lines from this file. For this, you would just hold on the D button on the keyboard and just, you see, all the lines are being successfully deleted. Perfect. Now let's copy all the lines from here, server, to here where the last bracket is. Let's copy here. Let's paste these lines. Okay, perfect. Now let's save this file. Okay, this file has been successfully saved and closed. Now fine tune the Nginx main configuration. So okay, here scroll down just below the gzip. We would just have to remove the hash from all these lines. This would basically enable gzip compression on the server. Okay, perfect. Now let's save and close this file. Perfect. Now let's install MariaDB server. Okay guys, the server has been successfully installed. Now let's start the server. Okay, perfect. Now let's enable this server. Perfect. Now let's secure our MariaDB installation. Okay, enter current password, none. So you would just press enter. We would press N here, change the password. We would say yes. New password, I would type here demo123. Demo123. Okay, perfect. Here we would just press enter for all the options. Okay, our MariaDB installation has been successfully secured now. So my password is very weak. You must make sure you put a strong password there. Okay, now install PHP. Has been successfully installed, guys. Now we would skip the rest of the steps and let me take you to the AWS console. So now guys, let's go to Amazon EFS. So guys, Amazon EFS is a shared network storage file system that can be connected to hundreds of EC2 instances at the same time. So in this tutorial, we are using it to store our WordPress website files so that our multiple EC2 instances can access the same WordPress files. So now let's click on create file system. Let's customize. Let's name it as WP-EFS. Yes, you should enable automatic backups, but for now I'm not enabling them. Enable encryption of data at rest, yes. This is none. And here regional means basically our EFS would be deployed in all the availability zones available in this specific region, which is North California. Here enhanced, we would select provisioned, and I recommend guys at least 125 megabits per second provisioned throughput. Otherwise your WordPress website would run dead slow. Additional settings, general purpose, yes, perfect. Now let's click on next. So mount targets. So basically in which availability zones we want to use Amazon EFS. So both of the zones. And in the security groups, guys, I have already created a security group named as WP-EFS. And basically this security group for now allows all type of traffic. Let's select this, click on next, and create our file system. Now let's wait for a couple of minutes for our file system to be created. Okay, so it says available. Let's see, view file system. Okay, perfect. It has been successfully created. And guys, the best part about the EFS is that it is auto growable. You do not have to define a specific storage amount just like we do in Amazon EFS, Amazon EBS. So Amazon EFS grows automatically as your data grows. So here guys, now let's just mount it to our Amazon EC2 instance. So we would mount it to a specific directory guys. So in our case, that directory is /var/www/html. So for that, first of all, let me just install a package that is nfs common. So sudo apt install nfs common -y. Okay guys, that package has been successfully installed. Now let's copy this one using the nfs client. Copy this command, paste it here, and at the very last guys, here where it says EFS, let's remove it and let's put the path where we want to mount this drive, and that is /var/www/html. Okay, failed to resolve server. So basically what this means is guys that our EFS volume is still not created. So let's wait a few minutes before retrying. So let's now let's again try to run this command guys and see if it works. Okay guys, you see the command has been successfully executed and we have now successfully mounted our EFS to the directory /var/www/html. And to prove that, let me just run this command sudo df -h, and here you can see guys, this is the ID of our Amazon EFS volume and it has been successfully mounted to /var/www/html. Now guys, we do not want that when we restart our EC2 instance, this gets lost. So for that purpose, that when we restart our EC2 instance, this volume should be again mounted automatically to this directory /var/www/html. What are we going to do is we would open this file sudo vi/etc/fstab, and here guys we would just put this command. So what does this say? Amazon file system ID .efs.region. So here we would have to do some changes. First of all, let's copy the file system ID and let's change it here before the dot where it says file system ID. Let's paste it here. Perfect. And where it says .aws region, so our region is currently North California and it is represented as US-West/1. So here we would put US-West-1. Okay guys, and where it says the mount point, here we would put the path of our WordPress directory, which is /var/www/html. And that's it guys, that's perfect. So US West 1, that is, yes, US West 1. Okay, perfect. Now let's copy this one guys. And here, let's go to a new line. Paste it here. Perfect. Now let's save this file. Okay guys, so let me just now run df -h. So it is there. Now let me restart this server guys and show you that even after restart, this would automatically be mounted to this directory. So now let's sudo reboot. Okay, now it's being restarted. Okay guys, now let's again SSH into this instance. So click on restart session. Okay, login as admin. Perfect. Now let's run the command sudo df-h. So here you see guys, the volume has been successfully automatically mounted when we restarted our instance. Here you can see the EFS is still mounted at var www/html. Okay, this is perfect guys. Now let's go to the Amazon EC2 console here and let's launch our second WordPress server now. So first of all, select this one, our first server, go to actions, images and templates, create image. Let's name is as WP image. Description nothing, no reboot. Let's enable it. And here create image. Okay, now guys, let's wait for some time for our AMI to be created. Okay guys, our AMI is in available state now. So let's select it, this one, click on launch instance from AMI and let's launch our second WordPress server, WP server 2. Okay, in the instance type, I would again select G2 medium. Key pair login, I would select the same key pair, WP key pair. In the network settings, so this is important guys, the VPC should be same in which we launched our first EC2 instance, and in the subnet this time we would select a different availability zone which is US West 1C. In the security group, I would select the same security group in which that I connected with the first EC2 instance, which is WP servers security. And rest we do not need to change anything. Let's click on launch instance. Okay, perfect. Our instance is being launched. Our instance is in running state now. So now let's SSH into this instance as well. So let me just copy the IP address of this instance. Let's select the key pair. Okay, perfect guys. Login as admin. Perfect. So you see guys, I just launched this instance from the AMI that I created from our first WordPress server, and right now I didn't even run a single command in this server. Okay, so let me show you one thing. Let's type sudo systemctl status nginx. You see guys, nginx is already running on this server while I didn't install it explicitly. So how is it happening guys? So let me show you the secret guys. So for that you would first have to understand what is an AMI guys. So an AMI is a template that contains the system configuration. So the AMI contains the information that when you launch an EC2 instance, which operating system should be installed in that EC2 instance and all the other applications like nginx. So to help save time, what I did is that I first configured our first server and installed nginx, MariaDB and PHP there. And when I created the AMI from our first server, then during the launch of our second server, that AMI instructed that hey, you should already install nginx, PHP and MariaDB and whatever that was installed in the first server to the second server. So that's why guys, you see nginx is already running here and everything that is running in the first server has been replicated to our second server. So that's how it works guys. So now if I even check here sudo df-h, you see the directory /var/www/html is already connected with this server as well. So both our first and second server now has a common directory which is /var/www/html. Now guys, let's go to this doc here and install php myadmin on that same directory which is /var/www/html, and for that we can use any of these servers. So let me just close connection from the second server and this one. Let's now go to cd/var/www/html. You can see right now there is nothing, guys. So let's install the php myadmin files here. So in this directory, guys, we would put all of our WordPress files so that our second server can also access the files. Okay, perfect. Let's do this. Okay, perfect. Now run this command. Okay, perfect. So php myadmin has been successfully installed. Now let's run this command to remove the package, installation package. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to Amazon RDS, guys, and launch our database server. Okay, let's click on create database. Standard create. We would be using MariaDB. Yes, we would select the latest version of the MariaDB, which is 10.11.6. In the templates, we would select production, as this is for our production unit. Identifier name, let's keep it as name as WP database. Let's change it there. So the master credentials that we would be using would be admin for now, and the password I would keep it as demo123. Okay, so here, guys, for production instances, I recommend going with the memory optimized classes, which are, and you must go with R's, and I recommend going with the R classes. So these are this R6.G2X. So this is mostly recommended. For now, I can go with anyone, so I would go with R5, but for production, I recommend that you go with R6. Okay, perfect. Here in the storage type, we would select GP3, which is good. Allocated storage, for now I would select 20. Advanced settings. Okay, so here we get 3000 IAPS, which are perfect enough in my scenario. So here we have the option for multi-AZ deployment. So basically this would create another instance in an availability zone, and this is highly recommended if you are going for a production environment. Right now, I would say do not create a standby instance. Connectivity, do not connect for now. And okay, so in the default VPC, this is important, guys. Our WordPress database, our EFS and Amazon EC2 instances, they all must be in the same region, and in that region in the same VPC. So in each region we can have multiple VPC. So you must make sure that all these three are launched in the same VPC. So in our case, it is the default VPC. That's good. Default, yes. Public access, we would keep it as no. So VPC security group. So let's create a new security group, and let's name it as so here it is not showing the security group. So let's go to here, Amazon EC2. Let's create a new security group, guys. So create security group. Let's name it as go to the top database security group. So basically this group will control who can access our database. So for now, as usual, I would allow all type of traffic, but later on we would only allow traffic from our Amazon EC2 instances for security purpose. Okay, so anywhere IPv4, same for the inbound rules, IPv4. Let's click on create security group. Okay, security, let's me just type anything here, create security group. Okay, perfect guys, our security group has been successfully created. Now in the RDS, let's see if it is, okay, I think we would have to refresh this page. So no problem, let's refresh this one so that it shows our new security group. Okay, perfect. Let's again select the same options. So I think yes, that is the latest one. Good. Production DB instance, we would say WP DB. Admin, yes. Demo 123. Demo 123. Demo 123. Okay, and here let's select this one, GP3, that's good enough. So here guys, now select the security group we just created, database security, availability zone. We can have any preference because this is a single standby instance. So that's why it is asking in which secure availability zone we want to put it. So you can select anyone. But as I recommended you earlier, for production, you must here go for multi-AZ deployment, not a single. Okay, certificate authority, that is optional. Let's just be what it is. Password authentication, yes. Performance insights, no. Enhanced monitoring, no. For production, you can do that guys. So here it is giving us the option to create an initial database in our server. So right now I'm not going to create any. And yes, automated backups, for now no. Enable encryption, yes, that must be enabled at every cost. Enable delete protection, so basically you can have that accidentally. For production you must keep it as enable, and here it is showing us the total bill, so that's perfect. Now click on create database. Okay, so it says the password should be 8 or more, so let's click on 1234. 1234. So the password is demo 1234. Now let's click on create database. Okay, perfect guys, the database is being created now. Let me just open it again in another tab. Okay, perfect. So now guys, let's wait for our database to be created. Okay guys, our database server is in available state now. So let's now finish our last step for installing WordPress. So let me just copy this command, go to the server. You could be SSH into the server 1 or 2, doesn't matter guys. Okay. So, but you must make sure that you are in the directory /var/www/html. Let's paste this command. Okay, perfect. Now this one. Now run this command guys. Okay, perfect. Now run this one. Okay guys, now before we start installing WordPress, we must have a database, right? And we just launched our database server in the Amazon RDS. So basically guys, this is a 3-tier architecture system. Basically our servers are running separately in Amazon EC2, our files are stored in Amazon EFS storage servers, and our database is running in Amazon RDS. So now we would have to first create a database in the Amazon RDS server. So for that, we would have to first access that server using php-myadmin. So let me show you how we can do that. So now let's go into the browser, type any of the EC2 instances address. So let's type the IP address of this EC2 instance. Let's /php-myadmin. Okay, it says not found. Okay guys, right now it says 404 not found. It's because we forgot to run an important command on both servers. So now we would have to manually run this command on both servers. So let's run this on the first server now. So that is sudo systemctl start php 8.2-fpm. Perfect guys, and then we would just and another command replace that start word with this enable. Okay, let's again go to the browser guys and refresh this page. Okay, it's still not working guys, because there is one more thing we would have to change. So for that, let me just show you what we have to do is just copy this line, go here, and in this file where it says this PHP 7.4, we would have to change this to 8.2. This is because guys, when I recorded that video earlier, it was using the Debian 11. In the Debian 12, the PHP version is 8.2. So that's why we would have to change it to 8.2. And that's it guys. Just save that. Now let's restart this service, sudo systemctl restart php 8.2-fpm. Okay, perfect. Okay guys, now let's again try to access php-myadmin. Okay, perfect guys. You can see we can successfully access the php-myadmin on this server, which is this server 1. But if we try to do that on server 2, you would see that it would not work. You see it's not working because we only applied the changes to the server 1. So now let's SSH into the server 2 and apply the same changes there. So this is the IP address of our server 2. Let's paste it here. SSH, authentication, credentials, browse, WP key pair, open, perfect, admin. Let's copy the command from here. Let's go here. Okay, perfect. Let's change this 7.4 to 8.2. Okay, perfect. Now let's run the command sudo systemctl start php 8.2-fpm. Then replace the words next time. Replace the word start with enable. Run this command again. Perfect. Now run one more command guys if you are still not able to access php-myadmin, and that is sudo systemctl restart nginx. Perfect guys. So now let's again try to access php-myadmin on this IP address /php-myadmin. So you can see guys, we have now successfully accessed php-myadmin. But guys, this php-myadmin would grant us access to the MariaDB server of this specific database, server database, and this would do the same. But we want to connect to Amazon RDS server, guys, which is this. So for that, what we have to do now is just go to either of these servers. Okay, not necessarily one or two. I'm going to this first server, guys, this one, and here let's type this command ls space -la. We can see all the files. Let's go to the directory php myadmin. Okay, perfect. Let's list all the files. Now guys, let's run the command sudo move, and here you see config.sample.inc.php. let's move it to config.inc.php. so let's run this command, guys. Okay, perfect. Now let's open the file, guys. Sudo, for that we would type the command sudo vi config.inc.php. let's open this file. Okay, perfect, guys. Let's go to the absolute bottom of this file here. Okay, and here we would insert the following lines. Don't worry, I would provide you all of these lines, guys. So okay, here let's paste these lines here, guys. Perfect. Now guys, let's replace the data. So we would have to go here, click here, RDS, and here let's copy this endpoint, Control C. Okay, now in the first line, let's change the endpoint. Yeah, the endpoint should be written in the single quotation marks, guys. Okay, perfect, guys. I have successfully pasted that. And next, guys, in the user where it says right now WP Galaxy, we would put admin. Remember when we were launching the RDS instance, we selected the master username as admin. So this is where we should put that. And in the password, we selected demo1234. So demo1234, let's put it there. And that's it, guys. Let's save this file now. Okay, perfect. Now let's again access the phpMyadmin /phpMyadmin. Okay, perfect. And here you can see, guys, we have an option of server choice, and here we would select this server. Username should be admin. Password should be demo1234. Sorry, I think there is some issue with the password. Let me try 123. Okay, not working. As I remember, I think the password was demo1234. Okay, perfectly, guys. Now it worked. So you can see we are now in the Amazon RDS instance here. Let's create a database for our WordPress website. Let's name is as a database, or you can say demo. Let's name it as demo. Create on database. Okay, perfect, guys. Now let's access our WordPress website. We can again use any of the IP address of both of the instances. So in this case, I'm using server 2. It could be server 1, doesn't matter. Just put the IP address here and make sure before this it is HTTP, because right now we didn't install HTTPS. Okay, perfectly, guys. Now let's set up WordPress. Okay, let's go in the database. Let's type the name demo, username admin, here demo1234, and here in the local host, instead of this, we would have to put the endpoint address, guys, this one. So there it is. Now let's click on submit. You see, guys, all right, Sparky, run the installation. So site title demo, username demo, it should be demo. So confirm use of weak password, that's my email address. Tantana. Okay guys, so WordPress has been successfully installed. Now let's try to log in, demo and demo. Okay, perfect guys, you can see WordPress has been successfully installed. Now let's install a plugin. Add new plugin. Let's install this one, classic editor. Okay, perfect guys. Now guys, to prove to you that both of these servers are pointing to the same WordPress website. Now let me just type the second server address. So here guys, you see the server address is 54.193.250.109. So now let's try to access the same website with the other server. So let me just type here wp admin. Okay, demo. And let's just go to the plugins, guys. So you see guys, this classic editor plugin appearing in both. Why? Because this is exactly the same WordPress website, guys. So this is how guys you can deploy a highly available WordPress website on AWS. Now guys, I will show you how you can connect your domain with this website and have SSL on it as well. So for that, let's just go to Amazon EC2. Okay, we are in the EC2. Let's first launch our load balancer. So basically guys, behind the scenes, we must need an application load balancer so that it routes traffic sometimes to our server 1 and sometimes to our server 2. This helps reducing the load on each server. So before the load balancers, let's create our target group. And by the way guys, I have also uploaded dedicated videos on what is an application load balancer, target group, how to launch ones. So if you need in-depth information about this topic, please watch those videos. So let's create a target group, guys. Yes, it should be instances. Target group name should be WP demo. Protocol should be HTTP, IP4. Yes, the IP address should be the same in which our everything is already deployed. The health check protocol, yes, HTTP, advanced, okay. Traffic port, everything should be default. In the success codes, I would put 2400 to 499. Perfect. Click on next. Let's select both of these instances. Include as pending below. Yes. So yes, there you go guys. Create target group. Okay, perfect guys. So the target group has been successfully created. Now let's create our application load balancer. So here we would go to create load balancer. We would select application load balancer. Name should be WPALB. Okay, this is just my preference. You can have any. Internet facing, yes. IPv4, yes. Network mapping, VPC, yes, the same VPC in which our instances are already deployed. Okay, perfect. The security group of the application load balancer, guys. So before creating the application load balancer, let's create a separate security group for our application load balancer. So let's go to create security group. Here wp-alb I would type here. Inbound rules. So as usual, guys, for now we would allow all type of traffic, and later I would show you what to change. So yes, create security group. Okay, perfect, guys. Let's now again go to load balancers, create load balancer ALB. So let's type it wp-alb, the name. Okay, perfect. Let's click both of these. Please remember, guys, the VPC should be same. Okay, it's the same VPC in which our EC2 instances are running, our Amazon EFS is running, our RDS server is running. Here let's select wp-alb, only this one, not the default. Listener, for now, yes, it should listen on port 80. Select a target group, yes, the WP demo that we just created. Load balancer tags, yes. Okay, perfect. Create load balancer. Okay, now it would take for some time, guys, for the load balancer to be available. And in the meantime, if I just check my target groups, okay, it says unused. So let's wait for our load balancer to be created. Okay, guys, our application load balancer is in active state now. So now let's just copy the DNS name of the application load balancer and see if it is pointing to our WordPress website or not. Okay, perfect, guys. You can see it is pointing to our same WordPress website. Let me just log in. So demo 123, oh sorry, demo. So you see, guys, it is pointing to the same WordPress website. So don't worry about the IP addresses name here. This is because we haven't made some changes in the WordPress configuration file to let it know that it should only be accessible from the ALB. But I just wanted to show you that the ALB is working perfectly fine. Now I would show you how you can connect your domain name to this WordPress website and also install the SSL certificate. So for now, guys, your domain name must be managed by the Amazon Route 53 service. So let me go here. Mine is already being managed by Amazon Route 53. Go to hosted zones, muhyiddin.com, and here, guys, let me just create a new DNS record. For example, I say I want to point wp.muhyiddin.com to this application load balancer, right? So this is going to be an A record. I would have to select alias here. If it is your main domain, guys, for example, only muhyiddin.com, that you would just have to leave that field empty. That's it. Otherwise, there is no change. So route traffic to, here we would select application and classic load balancer. So our region in which the load balancer is working, that is California, US West 1. Choose load balancer. So this is the load balancer we just created, guys. Evaluate target health. Yes. Create records. Okay, perfect guys. So yes, while this record is being created, so here in the server, you see, let's go to the directory /var/www/html. Let's open the file sudo vi wp-config.php. And here guys, let me show you a code that you would have to paste. I would also provide that code link here. So here, let's just go to so this is the code guys. This is the line of code that we would paste. Let's just copy this line. So just after this PHP tag, move to next line, paste that line here. Okay, that's perfect. So this line would help our server detect when we will enable SSL. So let's save this one. Okay guys, so now let's access our WordPress website with this IP address. Okay, and now what we would do is in the settings, so you see this is the WordPress URL. Let's change it to wp.muhyiddin.com. Here also wp.muhyiddin.com. That's it guys. Okay, now click on save changes. And perfect guys. So you can see our WordPress website should be now accessible when we would type wp.muhyiddin.com. Okay, perfect guys. So even when I now log in, you would see it would not change the address would not change to any IP address. It would remain as wp.muhyiddin.com. So you can see, voila, you see the same website installed. Let's go to install plugin. The classic editor is there. So this is how it works guys. And let's just again go to EC2, running servers. So if I now type the IP address from one of these servers, let's see what happens. You see, it's also pointing to the same website, but we do not want anyone to access our website using these IP addresses, right guys? So for that, what I'm going to do now is tighten the security groups. This is the security group guys, WP servers security, that is attached to both of our WordPress servers. So let's select this one. Scroll down, click on edit inbound rules. Okay, here click on add rule. So let's first delete this one rule. Now here in the new rule, in the source, what am I going to do is I'm going to select the security group of the application load balancer, because we only want our application load balancer to access our servers. So the security group of our application load balancer was this one, WP-ALB. Okay, perfect. Now click on save changes. Okay, perfect guys. Okay guys, now let's copy the IP address of one of our servers and see if our website is still accessible or not. So you can see guys, now nobody can access our website through the IP address. And let's try to access the website again using the domain name that we just connected, wp.muhyiddin.com. So you see guys, it is not working either. Why? Because we made a slight mistake in the security group. So let's again go to the security group of this server, security. Let's edit the rules again, guys. So edit inbound rules. And here, guys, let's allow HTTP traffic from the application load balancer to these EC2 instances. Click on save rules. That's perfect, guys. Let's again now type wp.muhyiddin.com. You see, our website is accessible again, guys. So, which means now the security is tightened. And if you see, the IP address is not working at all. So that's how we secure it. And now we also want to make sure that Amazon EFS, the security group of our Amazon EFS, only our EC2 instances should be allowed to communicate with this. So let's edit the WP-EFS security. Edit inbound rules. And here, instead of allowing all type of traffic, we must say that only allow NFS traffic. This one, NFS, from where? From the security group of our EC2 instances, which is WP servers security, guys. Okay, so let's delete this rule, create a new one, HTTP. So for now, guys, I am selecting HTTP, but once we will enable HTTPS, then we would select HTTPS here. So, sorry, not here. Here we would select NFS. Basically in the application load balancer, we would select then HTTPS. So WP servers security. Okay, guys, perfect. Let's click on save rules. Okay, so now our EFS is only allowing traffic from our WordPress servers. Let's see, website is still accessible or not. You see, guys, website is still accessible, which means we correctly secured our Amazon EFS. Now, same thing we will do for the RDS. So let's again go to security groups, database, edit inbound rules. So we should only allow traffic from our Amazon EC2 instances here, guys. And here we would select WP servers security. Okay, we would have to add the new rule, WP servers security. The traffic, we would now say let's try this one, MySQL, or sorry, I think let's just go with the all traffic here, because the main thing is this, that the traffic should be coming from the EC2 instances, no matter which traffic is it. So we are good with that as well. Okay, guys, perfect. So let's again try to access the website and see if it is working or not. You see, guys, our website is still working, but the difference is that now our entire setup has been secured. No one can directly access our servers and also the database and the Amazon EFS. Everything is secure, guys. So now let's enable SSL on our domain wp.muhyiddin.com. So for that we would use an Amazon service, that is Amazon Certificate Manager. Let's go here. List certificates. Okay, there are no certificates. So let's click on request. Request a public certificate. Yes. Fully qualified domain name. So here guys, we would have to type our main domain muhyiddin.com, and here I would type star.muhyiddin.com, so that with any subdomain the same exact SSL certificate will work. DNS validation, yes, you can leave it as it is. Request. Okay, view certificate. So this is the certificate pending validation. We would just have to, okay, so let's wait for the certificate to give us some records. Okay, fine guys. So we would have to put this CNAME record and the value in our Route 53. So if I go to Route 53, so guys, in the Route 53, let's go to hosted zones, muhyiddin.com, and here guys you can see that let's see if I already have a CNAME created. So I already have a CNAME record created. Let me just delete this one guys. Okay, perfect. Now for our SSL certificate to work, we would have to again create this new CNAME record. You might see that these are two different records, but actually it's the same if you read the values. 58BB, and here it also says 58BB, so these are the same. Let me just click on create records in Route 53. Yes, create records. Okay, perfect. Let's refresh this one and see if the record has been created or not. So you see guys, the record has been all created. That is perfect. And now if I go to list certificates, you see status issued, Amazon issued. So in use it says no. Let me just check if everything is good. Okay, you see it says success. The records has been created, Amazon issued. So now let's use this certificate guys. So for that, let's go to EC2, our application load balancer, which is this one. Okay, click here. Now go to listener and rules. Click on add listener. Okay, here now we wanted to listen on HTTPS protocol. The port should be 443, yes. And what happens if someone goes to types HTTPS in the browser? Just forward the traffic to the same WP demo group. In the security policies, let's go with the recommended one. Yes, here you can see from ACM, let's select our certificate muhyiddin.com, and that's it guys. Click on add. Okay, perfect. Now let's try to access our website with the HTTPS protocol guys. So HTTPS muhyiddin.com, wp.muhyiddin.com. You see guys, our WordPress website is now successfully working with an SSL. And one more thing guys, if I type http wp.muhyiddin.com, You see it is also working. Why? Because we haven't made a rule to redirect HTTP traffic to HTTPS. So for that, let's just edit this record, HTTP, click on edit listener, and here on HTTP, let's select to redirect to URL. So we would select full URL. Yes, 301 permanently moved. To which? To HTTPS protocol. So save changes. That's it, guys. Now if I type HTTP wp-config.php, let's see what happens. You see, guys, it has been redirected to the HTTPS version of our website. So let's just open this network thread. From there, here you would see it better. So let's type http wp.muhayuddin.com. You see, guys, here when I typed with the HTTP, it responded with the 301 redirect. So redirect moved permanently HTTP. Where did it redirect it? To HTTPS version, you see. So that's how it works, guys. Now let's just again log in. Perfect. Demo. Let's go to the settings, journal. And here, guys, please change it to HTTPS as well. Otherwise, you would have different issues when installing plugins and etc. Save changes. Okay, that's perfect, guys. Demo. Okay, perfect. So you see, guys, our WordPress website is running successfully without any issues, and the setup is more secure than ever. You see, no unauthorized access is allowed. Our application load balancer is only receiving traffic from the Route 53, and then our servers only allow traffic from our application load balancers. Similarly, our database and Amazon EFS, everything is secured, guys. So now you don't have to worry about the security of this setup. So that's it, guys. I know this video is very lengthy, but I didn't have any choice, and I tried to make it as informative and as short as possible. So I hope, guys, you liked this video, and if you have any questions, please comment down below and I would try to answer them as soon as possible. And if you think this video helped you guys, then I would appreciate if you would leave a like, comment and share this video. So that's it for today, guys. See you later. Bye bye.